Thank you for joining us today for the information session for the Lighthouses, a mixed-income apartment community located in Salem, Massachusetts. We are excited to offer this opportunity to those looking to find their new home in the North Shore region. I am Heather Calcagni, the Director of Revenue Management and Marketing at Peabody Properties, and I am joined with Megan Stayskull, the Portfolio Compliance Director for New Business. Today, we welcome the opportunity to walk you through the details of this apartment community, the application process and how to apply, the eligibility requirements, and lastly, the timeline. I am proud to introduce you to the owner and the developer of the Lighthouses, the North Shore Community Development Coalition. The North Shore CDC is an experienced developer of affordable and mixed-use projects and will be responsible for developing and overseeing all aspects of this property. North Shore CDC has created over 400 affordable homes in the past 9 years and has leveraged public and private resources to bring in $90 million in investments to the North Shore. They invest in neighborhoods to create thriving communities and envision a North Shore where every neighborhood is one of choice and opportunity. In addition, they've installed over 80 large-scale murals in Salem and Gloucester and have a rotating annual themed exhibition on Peabody Street in Salem, highlighting local artists. As stated previously, both Megan and I work with Peabody Properties. We are the managing agent for the community. Peabody Properties is a family-owned, full-service real estate company with a tradition of success. We are committed to maintaining communities and relationships and have done so for over 45 years. We have over 15,000 apartment homes that we manage and over 600 team members. In addition to this, we have a robust resident services program that enhances the lives of the residents in communities in which we serve. About the Lighthouses. Occupancy is anticipated early spring 2023. Totaling 46 apartment homes in 2 buildings, the Lighthouses offers affordable homes that range in size from studios to 3 bedrooms. Both buildings have been built with sustainability in mind and are filled with inviting architecture and inspirational design. There are 3 mobility accessible apartments and 1 sensory accessible apartment. Please take a moment to look at the beautiful renderings we have of the Lighthouses. They have thought of everything while designing these apartment homes. A few of the amenities are heat and hot water included, modern kitchens with sleek kitchen cabinetry and countertops, energy efficient appliances, ample closet space, tile bathrooms, wood-like plank flooring throughout, oversized windows and window coverings. And within the community, there's on-site laundry facilities. Both are walking distance to playgrounds and parks, on-site parking, elevator access, recycling, and they're both smoke-free communities, along with steps away from restaurants, shopping, and waterfront amenities. There's secure access entry with 24-hour emergency maintenance and professionally managed. Again, this is a 2-building development, and each building having its own unique architecture and exterior features. 34 Peabody Street will add character to the Peabody Street skyline, which can be seen from downtown Salem. Located across from the Salem Harbor Walk, this building consists of 21 apartment homes, has an elevator, a community room, and garage parking. 47 Leavitt Street, located across from Palmer Cove, 47 Leavitt Street will consist of 25 apartment homes as well as the Salem Pantry's first storefront location, an elevator, and parking for residents, along with underground parking.
The application process is pretty simple. Obviously, we're providing you this information session. Applications have been available since August 12th and will continue to be available until October 11th. You can mail the completed applications to the address on your screen, or you can go directly to the website, thelighthouses.com, and we'll have a link directly to our application there. Again, the deadline for this is October 11th, and all applications that are mailed must be postmarked no later than October 11th. As a disclaimer, before I go into the rest of this process, I just want to make sure everyone understands that we do not discriminate in the selection of applicants on the basis of race, color, national origin, disability, age, ancestry, children, familial status, genetic information, marital status, public assistance recipiency, religion, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, veteran, military status, or any other basis prohibited by law. Persons with disabilities are entitled to request reasonable accommodations in rules, policies, practices, or services, or to request a reasonable modification in the housing when such accommodations or modifications may be necessary to afford persons with disabilities an equal opportunity to use and enjoy the housing. The application process: once you obtain an application and submit it, you're going to complete it, gather and copy any required documents, which will be listed in the application. You want to return the application by October 11th. Make sure it's postmarked by that date. Lottery will be scheduled within 30 days of the deadline. The drawing will be available via Zoom, and applicants will be contacted based on their lottery number to begin qualification process in November. In order to qualify for an apartment, you're going to need, of course, to complete the application process. Your qualifying resident cannot be a dependent. Eligibility is restricted to applicants and households who income qualify and is determined after the lottery. We do have minimum and maximum income limits. The required rent to income ratio is 40%. Applicants who receive a housing subsidy like Section 8 are not subject to these minimum income requirements, and all 30% units will have a subsidy tied to them and therefore do not have a minimum. But if you're getting into one of our 60% units, you will be looking at minimum incomes ranging from $44,000 a year up to $65,610 per year. The timeline: we'll accept our applications on through October 11th. Once we review the applications in October, we're going to do a lottery via Zoom towards the end of the month. Lighthouses will begin resident selection process October to February, probably starting in November because of the lateness in October. And then the construction will be complete in February for 34 Peabody Street. And then in May, 47 Leavitt Street will be completed and we'll fill that one. All of these dates are subject to change. Any applicants in process will be informed of these changes as they happen. Some details for you to know: incomplete applications will be contacted. If there's no response, then we're not going to determine you as eligible for the lottery. Do not leave any blanks. If you're not certain how to answer a question, make sure you call us or email us. Any communication with you will be via mail or email. If you are determined ineligible, you will have an opportunity to appeal. And now we need to talk about income and assets. What is counted as income? Any income received by any source. So we're looking at items such as jobs, Social Security, trusts, annuities, anything that gives you money into your household that you can use for your household is going to be considered income. It also can be from anyone within the household. If you have a child receiving Social Security, we will have to count that Social Security for the child. But if you have a child who has a job, a 16-year-old working at a fast food restaurant or in a job over the summer as a camp counselor, those incomes will not be counted except for the first $480. What is counted as an asset will be anything of value that you can turn into cash that is not personal property. So stocks, bonds, bank accounts, checking, savings, also any real estate that you might own or partially own would need to be counted. What won't count is that antique car hiding in your garage. That is not considered an asset. Your great-grandmother's diamond ring that you have valued at a couple $100,000 would not be considered an asset, as that is a heirloom, a family heirloom. So just to kind of give you where the line is on that, if it's something that you are able to liquidize or turn into cash, that's what we're going to count. unless it's personal property. The lottery process is pretty simple. A random sorting of application numbers will be performed on a Zoom meeting. And then once that's been completed, the sort will be conducted based on bedroom size, income classification, and preferences. We're going to divide up that wait list so that we're making sure we get as many people in and qualified as we can. After the lottery, all applicants will receive an email or mailed letter with your lottery number. You will be informed. So even if you miss the Zoom call, you will get your number. You are not required to participate in the lottery in order to be eligible. Every applicant entered into the lottery will receive a lottery number and be notified in writing. I also want to point out that if you turn in your application late, all of those applications will be added to the wait list after the lottery. So the people who turn in their applications before the deadline will be part of the lottery, and they'll be the first group of people we notify. Once all of those people have been processed, if we still have units to be filled, then we're going to call anyone who turned an application after it. Initial screening for eligibility will contact within 5 days of the lottery, and that contact will be your lottery number and give you an idea of what you need to bring us once we let you know that we're processing your number. All applicants will be subject to a credit and background check. All applicants over 18 must complete a screening, credit, criminal, and we look for sex offenders that are required to register in the state. The screening will be authorized by the consent form that you signed with your lottery application, and if you don't pass your screening, you'll be given an opportunity to appeal. We do want to take into consideration any and all extenuating circumstances or mitigating changes that you've made since whatever is on your background. And your place will be held on the wait list until this appeal process has been completed. We do not automatically remove people from the wait list until we've heard back whether or not they want to bring us some more information. The interview process, you're going to have a list of documents required to provide for us, and we'll be sending this along to you before you meet with us, and we'll confirm your interview date, time, and location. The list for these documents will also be available on our website, livetheLighthouses.com. And if you're unable to attend your interview, please call the leasing office within 24 hours in advance of your scheduled appointment. A no-show to your appointment is an automatic withdrawal, with the exception of a medical emergency. And if you've been automatically withdrawn, as always, you'll be given an opportunity to appeal. All of our applications are time sensitive. We have a window of time that we're allowed to qualify people in, and we need to make sure that our paperwork all fits within that. So applicants are required to provide the requested information within a couple of days of the interview, and failure to do so will result in the removal of your application from the lottery waitlist. Failure to respond within a reasonable time frame could also cost you your spot on the lottery waitlist. An email or letter will be sent out to you. How long will this process take? It can take 2 to 3 weeks to determine final eligibility after the lottery. So the process will start with us contacting you with your lottery number. And then once your lottery number is in the group of applications we're processing, we'll contact you again with an appointment date and an appointment time. And then you bring us all of your information. From the point at which you walk in that door to bring us the information and start filling out all the forms that are required by the state and federal governments, at that point, it could take 2 to 3 weeks to complete your file. And it can be more or less depending on your individual circumstances. Some people have very little information to verify, and we can get through the process fairly quickly, whereas other people have more complicated life situations, larger families, or a lot more intricate assets or incomes, and those could take a little bit longer. The apartment selection will be after your eligibility is determined. You'll have your opportunity to choose 1 to 2 preferred apartments based on the floor plans we provide you at the interview. Apartments will be assigned based on lottery numbers, and lease signings will take place via DocuSign whenever possible. Prior to your move-in, you'll be required to provide a security deposit and certified funds. If you're not offered an apartment during the lease-up period, your application file will stay on the waiting list. Please ensure that the property always has your current contact information, whether or not we bring you in. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And remember, you can contact us at any time. Our email is thelighthouses@peabodyproperties.com. Our phone number is 781-917-7353. And of course, our website is livethellighthouses.com. Thank you very much, and we hope to hear from you soon.